Hi, welcome to my channel.
Hey, Uncle Kenny! Football! Hey, yeah!
If you're new here, my name is Cedric. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a screenwriter, a YouTuber, and I love the Barbie movie. I did Barbenheimer. I saw Oppenheimer at 10 in the morning, which was a choice for my anxiety levels that day. This is a lot of movie to watch at 10 in the morning. And then I had a palate cleanser with Barbie, and I loved it. Ryan Gosling's performance in this movie is unbelievably good. It is so good. Everybody in the movie is great. It's a great movie. I loved it. Man, Ryan Gosling crushed this film for so many ways that I could do a whole acting analysis of it. It's so good. I think he is such an underrated actor. He's also a great singer, great dancer, which is why we are here to check out the Christmas version of I'm Just Ken. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you, of course, to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for, as many of you know, if you've been around my channel, this has been a tremendously difficult year for me, personally and professionally. That is an understatement, tremendously difficult, for reasons so beyond my control. And to have your support the way you have, all of my subscribers, but especially my patrons, means the world to me. And thank you for that. Before we jump in, I just want to plug The Corner's Assistant again, the series that I'm in that has been nominated for 2 Astra TV awards. I'll be at that ceremony in Los Angeles next month. I can't wait to go to that. Just being up against so many network and studio shows that I love, and being an indie series that's nominated too is just so cool. And I'm so proud of it, and I hope you will give it a watch if you haven't yet. I'm really, really proud of that show. Speaking of things I'm proud of, if you live anywhere near Albuquerque, New Mexico, then you can come see me as William Shakespeare in the musical Something Rotten. I will be playing Shakespeare January 26th to February 11th in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Albuquerque Little Theater with Devin Frieder Productions. Please come check it out. I love this musical. I have long wanted to play this role. I'm really, really excited about that. Yeah, I think that's it. Or is it? Patriarchy loves Christmas sweaters. Patriarchy's really big on Christmas sweaters. So obviously, I'm gonna wear one because I am the patriarchy. But this is a Barbie video! You know what the only thing the patriarchy loves more than Christmas sweaters is? Branded apparel. Yeah, I'm patriarchying now. You like that, Barbie? I hope you do. Side note, if this ever becomes a musical, I would love to play Ken. Just putting that out there in the universe. Take it for what it's worth, universe, which I hope is a lot. On to the video! If you're new to the channel, I do pause. I'm gonna talk about cinematography. Probably in this, we're gonna talk about vocal production, bit of acting performance. It's gonna be interesting. I'm guessing that it's gonna be like Ryan Gosling playing Ken. So I'm probably gonna talk about some of the performance aspects of that, as well as vocal production, maybe some of the orchestration, maybe some of the cinematography. So I do pause. I am gonna talk about that. If you're not into that, I totally get it. This is probably not the channel to you, and I wish you holiday greetings and blessings, and thanks for watching. But that's what we're gonna do here, and I hope you enjoy. This is Ryan Gosling and Mark Ronson. I'm Just Ken, the Christmas version. Merry Christmas, everybody.
What I usually like to do is play every single note in the song that you're gonna play, put on a different track. So you go through and you just play the entire song.
Spell Christmas with a K.
And at the end, you kind of mix it down. You can't notice the difference because it all goes down to 2, so it doesn't make any difference at all. But it takes about 8 days to do it. That way I can go in the studio all the time.
Mark, what if I kind of lean into this hey girl thing and I go like, hey girl, it doesn't seem to matter what I do. Whatever we get, I lean into it, I hit the gas, I'm like, I'm just Ken, you know?
Yeah, I think that, I think it's different I'm not saying I don't like it, but the original has this delicate vulnerability that you just like fall in love with it. I'm just not sure.
Right off the bat, yeah, we're definitely talking about performance here. It's as if, oh, we haven't discussed how we're gonna actually produce this yet. And you can see with the camera sweeping in, there's this reveal of Ronson as being sort of this, from Ken's point of view, because of course this is gonna be Ken's POV, right? As kind of this benevolent overlord who's sitting under this light. And you can see they've got a bit of a glow going on here. That's a kind of a holiday type feeling. It's a bit of this nostalgia. It feels like a memory. All the lights are a little bit hazy. Everything's kind of not quite bokeh'd out. It's not like the circles that you would see with an anamorphic lens or something to that effect, but it's all kind of meant to feel dreamy and holiday-y. And Ronson's sitting under this light and he's behind the glass, and then it comes out. And this is interesting. As someone who's also a director, you get, you know, actors that go, what if I did this? And what if I played like this? And you're like, ooh, that's not quite what I was going for. How do I handle this delicately? And I've also been on the other side of that as an actor who has maybe not quite met what the director's vision was. So we're already setting that up as being a juxtaposition of ideas and approaches within that. So I think it's interesting to present this as if this is the first time that Ryan's having this thought, or like, it's very Ken, right? Hey, Barbie, what if I just, you know, I was just thinking, wouldn't it be crazy if I like went surfing? Wouldn't that be cool? Would you like that, Barbie?
Hey, Barbie, check me out.
Yeah. No? Okay. Stupid idea. That's kind of the whole character here. So again, we're getting what I was assuming, and I'm still assuming, I suppose, but Gosling playing Ken. And I like that we're 50 seconds in and he's like not even started the song. So we're kind of building up the anticipation for what this is gonna be like.
Song, so I'm trying to mix it up, you know, just keep it fresh.
But we're doing, the Christmas is making it fresh.
It's true, you have the candy cane, I have the Santa mug, and you know, what do you think? Do you think it's too Christmas?
What do you mean by that?
There's just a worry that if we just do get too much Christmas, no one's gonna watch it after the 26th.
Nah, I mean, I watch Die Hard 50 to 60 times a year, and it's filmed on Christmas. It was released at Christmas.
Oh,
I love it. I watch it year round.
That's a lot of...
I watch it.
Die Hard was actually released in July, I think. Fun fact. Also, hot take on this channel. Die Hard, objectively a Christmas film. Also, a key symbol of the patriarchy, which we love. We stand the patriarchy. Since some of you may be new here, you should know that's a joke. We do not stand the patriarchy. We don't do that here. And if you do that and you're watching this, stop doing that. It's not great, guys. It hasn't gone well. Stop doing it. I'm like playing Ken because he loves the patriarchy. Yes. It's fine. You got this. No, I like that again. Oh, it's too Christmassy. Is it too Christmassy? Like there's this, again, Ken's obsession with like being seen and noticed, that's now appearing here at Christmas. So that's a lot of fun. I'm gonna be really interested to see what they do with the dance break portion of this video.
Would it kill you to just dress up every once in a while?
It's what you don't like.
You know, he wore the statement necklace, I did my hair, and
Yeah,
you wore
but
pajamas.
where are the glasses?
Right here. I'm gonna get into character.
There we go.
Because the world can have Ken's voice, but only Barbie can have his eyes.
Okay, even as the song just starts here, interesting note that all acting, particularly film acting, comes through the eyes. All of it, right? That's where the emotion lies. So the fact that he's putting on sunglasses, there's again this idea of like, I'm gonna hide my emotion. Because that's the patriarchy. Even though the point of the movie is him breaking free of it, I think there's a funny element to that, and just like, I'm gonna look so cool. Only Barbie can have my eyes. Like, I don't know, I think that's, again, very, very clever. We're setting the whole thing up. He's kind of poking fun at Mark, probably because he feels a little bit threatened within the scope of what's actually happening. Obviously, Ryan and Mark have planned this out, but I think that's great. Now that we're actually getting into the song, so let's hear how they've changed the orchestration to make this more Christmassy. Also, super cool that this has all been like one shot. Really, really well done. I'm not seeing any dolly tracks laid down. I'm assuming this must have been Steadicam, but it was moving pretty quick. I guess it could be a crane of some kind. I don't know. I probably left a note guessing what it is. I'm gonna say Steadicam for now. Maybe I disagree with myself in the edit. Let me drink some coffee. Patriarchy loves coffee. Had some grounds in it. That was unpleasant.
Have his eyes.
Nice.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do. Always a number two. No one knows how hard I try.
Okay, real quick. Sorry, I promise I won't pause this much throughout. But notice he's still adding that kind of, there's a bit of a crispiness to his voice. There's a bit of a rasp to it. And it's, doesn't matter what I do, D-E-W, do, I'm always number two. And no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I try. And he's saying try, not try. He adds the E right at the very end, but there's actually really nice vocal technique happening here. No matter how hard I try. He's adding the E, try, on the breath that comes in. So it's actually really nice vocal production, very kind of open flow of the air that keeps that edge of like desperation with Ken. Like, oh, why am I not good enough for her? Really, really great vocal with it. Really nice. Also with the orchestration, having a little bit of those bells, classic Christmas version of a song, add some bells, add some chimes. I like the strings that are here, but I still like that it's being led by that acoustic. We have that, I wanna push you around, well I will, whole sequence of the song. So the guitar is kind of important to Ken's character, so I like that that is still the primary instrument that's driving this forward.
I feel I can't explain, driving me insane. All my life been so polite, but I'll sleep alone tonight. 'Cause I'm just kidding. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of one fragility?
Yeah, so I'm just Ken. Everything's connected there. You'd think it'd be staccato, and it is kind of written that way, especially in the music. Bum, 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 I'm just Ken. But because he's connecting everything, I'm just Ken, it's kind of got this a little bit more of a rocker, California type vibe, a little bit more of a lazy delivery, which is intentional, it's not a criticism. I'm just Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. And everything's kind of diphthong throughout there, but then you could hear that he adds some really nice, beautiful little vibrato and warm tone on, what was it? He adds a really nice warm vibrato tone to it. It's actually quite beautiful vocal production there. So it's cool to hear him kind of step out of the character voice at little moments and just produce a really nice sound and then go back into this character-driven performance. It's some cool stuff, and I like his physicality of it too. He's kind of acting like this rock star power ballad, even, you know, as he is in the movie, but even here, he's still bringing that character in. Drink some water. Patriarchy loves staying hydrated. Die. Listen to that one more time. Die. Listen to how beautiful and resonant and kind of ringing that sound is. It's like a bell has been struck there. Beautiful. Nice. So, nice punch in on the close-up too. He's kind of very, very close to the mic and kind of making that part of his performance too. He's kind of letting that ba-ba-dum, ba-da, really kind of letting those ring out.
To see the man behind the tent and fight for me.
You can hear when he says friend that there's no D on friend, which is actually good diction, and here's why. I think often, especially musical theater performers, they don't put, they emphasize every single sound in a word, like what I'm doing right now, right? But we don't always do that. Sometimes it's better to say friend instead of friend. Sometimes you can over-enunciate something. You have to think about how is the character approaching this? We know he's saying friend, so we don't need to say friend. We can say friend because that sounds better in the vocal production. We know where he's going with it. So it's cool to hear him kind of approach everything from that perspective of what do I need to be able to communicate this effectively and what better fits the style of the music. Notice how prevalent the pink is. Nice. Get some little bells there. Nice. Grabbing it on the beat, yeah. So they're really kind of driving forward. They're adding that intensity. I think this is where the dance break was in the actual movie. But they're trying to kind of punch up the energy of this whole thing throughout. You know what I mean? Why did I hear chimes just now? Almost like a wind chime in my house. But they're trying to kind of punch up the energy of this whole thing. But they're trying to kind of punch up the energy of this whole thing. A little unnerving. Maybe it's Santa. No, we're getting this, bah! We're getting these little spikes of the strings that are then kind of descending, and then we're hearing, I forget what those are called, the sleigh bells. We're hearing those starting to come in, so we're adding more and more of these Christmas sounds while still keeping that beach rock kind of vibe from the actual song. I love that he takes his jacket off, reminds me of what I'm about to do right now because this outfit still doesn't feel Ken enough. So what if we just... That's enough of that. We don't need to do any more of that. Because it has Christmas trees in it. This is actually part of a Flynn Rider Disney Bound I did back in January when we went to Disney. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was pretty good. This doesn't feel Christmassy enough though. You know what the patriarchy hates? Scarves. You know what I love? Scarves. Christmas! Anyway. Yeah, am I not hot? Am I not hot? Right, he's really hitting that. Am I not hot when I'm in my feelings? Feelings. There's a really nice glissando that he's putting on that. And it's a nice slide up into the note too. Am I not hot? Right, he's really kind of picking those character moments and then going back to that really nice technique. I love the pink that's in the scheme here too, kind of pulling in that Barbie, but it's a little bit more of a darker, more reddish tone, almost feels like dawn, so it has a bit more of that Christmas energy, and then the Christmas lights that are kind of bursting up around everything. It's, again, nice touches everywhere here to just kind of Christmasify this song. Nice reaching out toward the camera. Dreamer. Yeah, actually, he was a little bit more staccato that time. I think because we have this dreamer that kind of floats out, and then it can come in, I'm just Ken. So it's a little bit more staccato than it was the first time. Listen to that again. Yeah, definitely more staccato. Also, notice how he says dreamer. I'm no dreamer. And then right at the end, dreamer. It's almost like the echo that does it, the second voice that we're hearing. But then it comes in, ba, 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 da, 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 da. He's really kind of taking the placement instead of, I'm just Ken. The first time it's coming up more, I'm just Ken, anywhere else. It's a little bit more up top. He's coming up over it a little bit more, which adds a bit more energy to it as we're hearing it. I like it. Dreamer. I'm just Ken, anywhere else. Yeah, nice. So, where I see love, she sees a friend, what will it take? He's doing this nice, sometimes with musical theater in particular, you don't necessarily need to sing every line, even if it's written that way. Sometimes you can choose to speak it, you can act through it. And so he's adding more of that desperation here. What will it take? Right? What's gonna happen here? A man behind the tan! And then he's punching more here at the end. He's building up again on that intensity. You can really hear how forward all of this placement is here in the chorus. It's a lot more, not light, but more clean vocal production now. He's taking out some of that raspiness, and when he wants to add it, you can kind of see, because he knows how to use his voice. He's a trained actor. He's a wonderful actor. And so you can hear when he wants to add a little bit more of that texture, he's pushing the sound up through here, and because he's placing it up in the top of his palette, instead of, I'm just Ken, it's up, I'm just Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. He can add that tension just by scrunching up that airway a little bit. He's able to apply that texture without straining his voice. Now you see he's got a lot of tension in his neck. Maybe not perfect technique vocally, but you can do it. You just don't want to do it for like 2 hours. You don't want to strain your voice like that. But especially, I'm just Ken. That's where you really see him going for it here. So he's picking and choosing his moments to kind of choose texture and performance over necessarily perfect technique, because he can, because it still works, and because it's increasing our entertainment of it. And ultimately that's what we're trying to do, is be entertained. And so you can see that he's using his technique to his advantage there. Fight for me. Listen to all the chimes that they're really adding now to make this fully Christmas. There's some nice little moments with the cinematography that we're following certain lines, and as the camera's moving in, like we have lines that are motivating that movement. Not that this is, they're just kind of shooting the live studio production, but there's a good energy to the edit as well. There's a lot of cuts throughout it. It does kind of remind you of the scene from the movie, but it builds up with the intensity. It feels like, we're kind of breathing in time with him, and we're feeling this, not quite rage, something that's almost rage. It might turn into rage. And so there's a lot of these close cuts and then coming back and dark, moody lighting. It's some nice visual undercurrent of the energy that Gosling's putting into his performance here. And again, all the full sound of the orchestra, it's kind of overwhelming. There's a lot, and that's kind of supposed to be Ken's racing thoughts, I think. And so it's nice that we're getting that, but in cheerful Christmas sounds. Oh, wow. Put that manly hand in mine. Manly hand. Add some really nice growl on top of that. That was really, really nice. Yeah. Let's go. We got to hear that note again. I'm just Ken. Really beautiful over the top, taking all the texture. I'm just Ken. He's really beautiful, straight approach. It doesn't even need the vibrato. Comes over the top of the note. He doesn't come into it. He comes over the top of it and attacks it from up there, which is just a gorgeous tone. And he still has that kind of air of desperation. Am I good enough? But it's also really well produced. It's beautiful to listen to. He's very talented. Let's listen to that again. Sorry, I keep pausing here. I know it's the end, and I'm sorry. It's really nice production. Listen how he slides down. I'm just Ken. So he's getting to the next note right before he switches, which I like. I like the technique there because it lets him, I think that's what really gives it that desperate edge. I'm just Ken. It's a bit too clean versus I'm just Ken. There's a tinge of sadness. There's a tinge of regret to that. That's really nice.
Merry Christmas, Barbie. Wherever you are.
And then he walks away from it. Nice. Yeah. Can you feel the Kenergy? Kenergy. I mean, it's great, right? It's still got the energy of that scene from the movie that everybody loves, as they should, because it's an elite scene. But it does have this kind of signature spin on it that I really, really appreciate. I love how committed he is to this bit. I think there was a story when he was initially offered this role where he like walked into his backyard and his daughter's like Barbie was in the backyard or something, and he called Greta and he was like, I will be your Ken because I must, or something to that effect. And I love that that's been his approach to this role. Like, he takes it so seriously, and I love that he kind of stays in character throughout even this video. Like I guess he is just straight up playing Ken, which I thought it was going to be a little bit more Ryan Gosling playing Ken. But I also think maybe that's an element to his whole performance, is that he is an actor playing Ken who so believes it, right? That he realizes that Ken is a role to a degree. I don't know. This is a movie I've thought a lot about and will continue to because I think it's brilliant. But as for this, I love it. I thought there might be some like lyric changes, but I kind of enjoy that there wasn't. It was just like Ken's Christmas bid to get Barbie, right? It's like, well, what if I sang this song again, but I made it about Christmas? She'd love that, right? Like, and he gets Mark Ronson to do it. Like, I think that's so funny. I think this is great. I hope he is honored during awards season for his role in this. And this is a really good example of just like his voice, like just him being able to sing at a very high level and bring so much character into this. I've talked in other videos about people being different, especially when you get into the theater world, between being dancers that sing and act, actors that sing and dance, and singers that act and dance. I am an actor that sings and dances. I'm gonna go after character first. That's gonna be what my motivation is for things. All of those things are good and valid. Ryan Gosling is clearly an actor that sings and dances. He's danced his whole life. He's a great singer. La La Land, one of my favorite movies. But this is like on a different level for his voice and his performance in this. And the commitment is there. And it's just such a pleasure to watch. So I hope you enjoyed this little Christmas surprise. I hope you have a wonderful holiday with whoever you are with. I hope it is filled with rest and joy and love. I hope you get enough sleep. I hope you drink a lot of water. And I hope you fix your postures. But thank you so much for watching. Please have a great end of the year. 2024 is almost here. And until then, be well.